Hello, Pastor Terry Woods here, Spirit in the Sky Ministries. This is another episode of my 5 Minutes for the Lord. Today I want to talk about destiny. Actually, about predestiny, really. Okay, let me start out by, many of you know the story, and I'll just tell it to you in my own words, okay? When Judas dropped a dime on Jesus, okay, and they were coming to get him. When they showed up and made their purpose known, Simon Peter, out of love and kinship, drew his sword and cut off the right ear of the high priest's servant. The servant's name was Malchus. Okay. And Jesus, at that time, stopped Simon Peter. Number one, violence not being the way, and Jesus practiced what he preached, but not so much that. Yeah, that goes with it as well. Okay, it's multifaceted, but the reason being, and as he stated to Simon Peter, shall I not drink the cup the Father has given me? Okay. In other words, this is part of the prophecy. This must be played out. Okay, it's not about the way you think. Judas dropping the dime is part of it. Okay, it's all a part of it, and he will willfully go to the cross, and he will do all that he did and all that he does. Okay, but my point is, it had to play out. Jesus knew it. Put away the sword. Don't you think I could call a legion of angels here, to settle this? Because of course I could, but that's not what needs to be fulfilled. What needs to be fulfilled is what I must do. Okay. It's predestined. Do you understand? He knew the plan. He knew what he had to do because it's predestined. Okay. There were steps that he was going to take to fulfill what must be done. Okay. Now, as far as that goes, predestination, we'll talk a little bit about me for a minute. Let me read a little bit here in John 6, 6:37. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. Okay. So this is the Father's will. This is 39, which has sent me, that all of which he has given me I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again at that last day. And the will of him that sent me, that every one which seeth the Son, okay, and believeth on him, may have everlasting life, and I will raise him up at the last day. Later down the road here in John, not too much farther down, okay, 6:44. No man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at that last day. In other words, you don't even go to Christ unless God sent you to him, and those are the ones that Christ will bring in, the ones that the Father sent to him. Okay, the part I wanted to read to you about the predestined thing comes right in here. Okay, in 45 and 46. In 45, it is written in the prophets, and they shall all be taught of God. Every man, therefore, that hath heard and hath learned of the Father cometh unto me. Okay, but here's 46, where I'm going to bring myself into the picture for a minute. John 6:46. Not that any man hath seen the Father, save he which is of God, he hath seen the Father. Okay? It was somewhere around 6 years ago today. If you've seen another one of my episodes, the episode is called The Voice of God. Look into it. If you haven't, I will tell you it was some 6 years or so ago today, in one of the darkest hours of my life, in my true hour of need. I'm crying, I'm angry, I'm mad, I'm cursing, I'm shaking my fist, I'm frustrated, and I'm losing it. All right? And this is on the day that I reached out to him, and he answered me. Okay, and on that day he touched me, physically touched me. Okay, it was my left shoulder, which would be, if you were facing me, what would you do? If you reached out your hand and you were facing me, it would land, your right hand, it would land here on my left shoulder. Anyway, I had my eyes closed. I was sitting on the couch, I had my head in my hands, I'm freaking out, I'm doing all this, okay? I had my eyes closed. This thing, I thought this thing touched me on my shoulder. Okay? I thought it was the cat, okay? I got a cat who does that, he jumps and tags and all that. I never really gave it any consideration. I didn't even know my eye. I'm in such a state, I'm not worried about the cat, okay? But I get tapped on the shoulder, and now it begins. All of a sudden, my eyes are still closed. All of a sudden, the room is becoming so bright that with my eyes closed, I think I'm going to go blind. And I start shaking, and I start vibrating, okay? Next thing I know, I'm feeling the rush of the entire 7 oceans of the world running through my body. You know, look, I came from the 60s and the 70s, and I was a sinner, and there's no drug in the world that can make you feel this way, okay? I ought to know. Now I'm elevated. My arms are elevated. Okay, my head is down, my eyes are closed, my arms are elevated, and I'm raised, and I'm shaking, and I'm vibrating, and I feel like I'm holding on to an electric fence. And the room is lit up like a football field or a baseball field at a night game. Okay, and I'm literally going blind with my eyelids closed. And then it happened. I heard the voice, okay? And this is not the way that we normally would communicate with God through, you know, our channel like that. No, this was the audible voice of God. I heard it very loud and clear. Okay, it's very loud, but yet it's hard to describe. Loud, authoritative, but in a very calm and peaceful manner. And I was told, you are God's child. Your destiny will be revealed. Go in peace. Okay. After that, after I was told this, everything slowly subsided. The light eased down. The rushing of the waters started to slow down. I started to somewhat relax, but I will tell you the truth, it took about 15 or 20 minutes to actually come back to a normal state like I am right now, because I was taken into a state that is not like we are right now. Okay, and it took all that to come back. But what I'm talking about now, about this predestiny thing, okay, this has shown me, and in later times through much of my journey and my ministry and my teachings and my learnings as well and all that, it has been shown to me that yes, I was predestined as well. I was born to this. Okay, I was lost in this world for a long time, deep in the muck. You know, sinner deluxe. There's no doubt about it, and I'm not proud of it, but I'm not going to lie about it either. Yes, I was. Yet, I was predestined to one day be pulled up from it, to be given a purpose, and to serve my Father, my true Father. I am a true child of God. I was told this by the Father through an audible voice to my ears on that day. What I'm trying to say is I was predestined as well. It all is, okay? So the point of this episode, everything is predestined. This story must play out. Just like Christ, everything that he did had to play out and fulfill the prophecy, so does the whole story, the whole play, whatever you want to call it. It has to go all the way to Act 4 and epilogue, the whole thing. Okay? So, what I'm getting at is, stop fretting. Okay? All of your votes for all of these different politicians and leaders and whatnot, you know, all of your love for different popes and cardinals and religious figures and whatnot, you know what I mean? All of your candlelight vigils, all of your protests, all of your wars, all of your everything, all of these efforts, okay? They're not going to change a thing. What's going to happen is going to happen, okay? That's ideological thinking, as if like we were young and if we band together we can change this, we can save this and all that. You can't change a thing because things are predestined, and what's going to happen is going to happen. It's going to play out. Here's what you can change. Here's what you can affect. Your relationship with God. That's what you can change. Right? You can't change any of this around you. It's going to happen. Just like Jesus told Peter, put your sword away. Okay? This must happen. I must fulfill what must happen. And he voluntarily went to fulfill it. Okay, Jesus went voluntarily to the cross, by the way, okay? This all had to be done, and he did this. My point is, never did I know, but I was predestined as well, okay? This whole thing is. So what I'm telling you is you can't change this. Never mind about the Clintons or the Trumps or the Obamas or the Putins or this pope or this leader or that leader, or even these Rothschilds, you know what I mean, and this, that, and the other. The Illuminati, you know what I mean, the damn, excuse my language, the NWO, you know what I mean, all of this. It's all a part of the game. You're not going to change any of it. What you can change is your relationship with God, and Jesus Christ is the way that you can do that. There is no other way. There is no other way to the Father but through Jesus Christ, okay? So accept Christ as your Savior. Take Him into your heart. Truly do this, and He will be your teacher, okay? And you will not learn any longer from books. You won't learn from ministers, okay? You will learn from Him, the truth. No confusion, no bad lessons, no mistakes. You get it all straight from the source, the truth, okay? It's very important that you do this. It is. I love you all as I love my Lord, and I'm doing my best to fulfill what He called me to do, and that's to open my heart and let the Spirit speak the truth to you, okay? So please, I love you like that, just as I love Jesus, and He loves you too, but you got to come to Him, okay? You got to seek Him, you got to want Him, you got to knock. He's waiting on the other side of the door, but He's not out in the yard lassoing people. You understand? He's waiting. You got to knock. Knock on the door, He'll answer. Okay? This has been 5 minutes or better for the Lord. Pastor Terry Woods, Spirit in the Sky Ministries, Church of Christ Resurrected. I'm going to end this now by telling you that I love you all. Please love each other. Love yourself. Love the Lord Jesus. Till I see you tomorrow, have a blessed day. Amen.